My girlfriend Kate and I have been together almost 2 years. Moved in together 6 months ago, and everything seemed fine. Like really fine. We barely fought. She seemed happy. We were even talking about getting engaged. Turns out Eve been dating a complete stranger this whole time. So about 3 weeks ago, Kate's phone died, and she asked to use mine to call her mom. Whatever, no big deal, right? Except she takes my phone into the bathroom and closes the door. Who does that? She was in there for like 20 minutes. To call her mom about being late for dinner. That doesn't add up. I know I shouldn't have, but I checked my phone history after. She never called her mom. She was on Instagram, sending DMs to guys I don't even know. I could see the notifications, but she deleted everything, so I couldn't read them. That's when I started actually paying attention to her behavior. Kate was always on her phone, but now it was like obsessive. Bathroom trips with the phone, sleeping with it under her pillow, flipping it over every time I walked by. Then 2 weeks ago, we went out with friends, and she spent the whole dinner texting under the table. I asked who she was talking to, and she said, "Work emergency with Jessica." But she was smiling and laughing at the texts. What work emergency makes you smile like that? When I asked to see what was so funny, she completely lost it. Started yelling about me, being controlling, and how she doesn't have to show me her private conversations. We had this huge fight in the parking lot where she called me paranoid, and jealous. Kate never gets mad like that. She's usually super chill about everything. That reaction made me way more suspicious last week. She started working late every single night. Texted me around 7, saying she had to stay until 9 or 10 to finish projects. This was weird because Kate has complained about her job being boring and easy since we met. Suddenly she has all these urgent deadlines. I decided to surprise her with dinner at her office. Got there at 8 p.m. and the parking lot was empty. Building was completely dark. I called her and she sounded panicked, said they moved to a different location for some special project. She got home around 10:30 and went straight to the shower without even saying hi. Her explanation made no sense, but I didn't want to accuse her of lying without proof. That's when I did something I'm not proud of. I went through her phone while she was sleeping. What I found made me want to throw up. Kate had conversations with at least 8 different guys on Instagram, Snapchat, and dating apps I didn't even know she had. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. She was on everything. The messages were disgusting. Sexting with multiple guys, sending photos I won't describe, making plans to meet up, telling all these guys she was single and looking for hookups. One conversation with her coworker Ryan, where she called me boring and clingy. Said she was planning to dump me soon, but wanted to have some fun. First, another guy she was supposed to meet at a hotel last Tuesday. One of her work late nights. They were talking about what they want to do to each other, and she sent him photos. The worst part was her conversation with some guy, Mike, where she said she hated living with me and was only staying until she found someone better. Called me pathetic and said I was too stupid to figure out what was happening. She had screenshots of our text messages that she sent to these guys to make fun of me. Like messages where I said I loved her or asked about her day, and she sent them to random men saying, "Look how desperate my boyfriend is," or "He has no idea I'm talking to you right now." I found out she's been on dating apps for months, probably since before we moved in together, going on actual dates and telling me she was with friends or working late. Some of these guys she'd been talking to for weeks. Kate even had plans to cheat this weekend. Told me she was doing girls' night, but she was actually planning to hook up with some guy. She's been sexting. I took screenshots of everything and barely slept, knowing the person next to me had been lying about literally everything for months. Confronted her the next morning. Told her I knew about the apps and all the guys. She immediately started crying and saying I was making it up because I'm insecure. When I showed her the screenshots, she switched to saying she never actually met anyone. It was just harmless flirting. Said she felt trapped, and this was her way of feeling free without actually cheating. I told her planning to cheat is cheating. Lying for months while talking to other men is betrayal whether she slept with them or not. She broke down and admitted to talking to a few guys, but swore she never met them. Said she was having doubts about us and didn't know how to tell me. So she was exploring options online, but then I showed her the hotel conversation and the specific plans. She couldn't explain those away. Finally, she admitted to going on a few dates, but said she realized she didn't want to be with them and came home to me every time. Said that proved she loved me and wanted to make it work. I was so angry I could barely talk. The manipulation was unbelievable. She was trying to get credit for choosing me over the guys. She was betraying me with told Kate I was done and she needed to move out. She started begging, promising to delete everything and never talk to other guys again. Said she was confused and scared about us getting serious, but realized she wanted to be with me. Kept saying she never actually had sex with anyone like that. Was supposed to make me feel better about months of emotional cheating and planning to physically cheat. I said it didn't matter if she hadn't had sex yet. She lied to me every day while actively trying to replace me. Trust was completely gone. Kate has been blowing up my phone for 3 days begging for another chance. saying she'll do anything to prove she's committed and that talking to other guys was just cold feet. She's also telling our friends I went through her phone without permission and that I'm overreacting to innocent flirting, making it sound like I violated her privacy over nothing. Some friends are saying I should give her another chance since she didn't actually sleep with anyone, and people get scared when relationships get serious, but I can't get past the lies. Kate looked me in the eye every day while talking to other men behind my back, made fun of me to strangers while I was telling her I loved her. Even if she never physically cheated, she was emotionally cheating with multiple guys and planning to meet them, keeping me as backup while shopping for someone better. I don't think I could ever trust her again. How would I know she wasn't still talking to other guys? How could I believe anything after months of lies? But I keep wondering if maybe our friends are right and I'm being too harsh. Kate seems really upset, and maybe she deserves a chance to prove she's changed. I'm so confused and hurt. Thought Kate was the person I was going to marry, and turns out she's been planning to dump me while living in my apartment. Is there any way to come back from this, or should I just end it now? Update, 4 days later. Thanks everyone for the comments. Really helped me see I wasn't overreacting and needed to stick with ending things. Past few days have been hell. Kate texting constantly, calling from different numbers when I blocked her, even showed up at my work yesterday. Completely changed her story now. Instead of admitting she was planning to cheat, she's saying she was just keeping options open because she wasn't sure about her future. Claimed she was never actually going to meet these guys and it was all fantasy, but I went back through the screenshots. Kate had real addresses, specific plans to meet at hotels and apartments. Even asked one guy about STD testing. That's not fantasy. Also found conversations where she was asking about jobs and income, like she was evaluating them as potential boyfriends. Had a literal list of her top choices to pursue if she dumped me. Worst part was messages complaining about having to sleep with me while fantasizing about other guys. Told one guy she was faking it with me for months. When Kate showed up at work, she made a scene in the lobby crying and begging. Said she was having a mental health crisis and her behavior wasn't her fault. Blamed work stress, anxiety about our relationship moving too fast. Told her mental health issues don't excuse lying for months and planning to cheat. She said she never actually cheated and I was punishing her for thought crimes. Her friends have been contacting me saying I'm cruel and Kate is devastated and not eating. Keep emphasizing she never slept with anyone else, but her friend Sarah let something slip. Said Kate had been talking about relationship problems for months, and they encouraged her to explore options, so Kate's friends knew she was on dating apps behind my back. Knew she was planning to cheat and supported it. Now they're mad at me for ending things. Realized Kate's whole friend group is toxic. She was complaining about relationship problems to them instead of talking to me. Then started looking for my replacement. Final straw was finding out Kate had been DMing my coworker James for weeks, complaining about me and asking to hang out. James thought it was weird, but didn't tell me she was trying to get with someone from my workplace while living with me. Started the process of getting Kate off our lease. She's staying with friends, but keeps using getting her stuff as excuses to come by. Yesterday, she came for clothes and stayed 2 hours crying. Said she realized talking to other guys was wrong and wanted to rebuild from scratch. Offered to give me all passwords and let me check her phone whenever I wanted. Said she'd delete social media and do couples therapy. Told her I don't want a relationship where I have to monitor my girlfriend like child. If she thought that was reasonable, she doesn't understand trust. Kate got mad and said I was being stubborn and throwing away 2 years over stupid messages. Said ID regretted when I realized how good we were together. Reminded her it wasn't stupid messages. It was months of systematic lying, emotional cheating, and planning to physically cheat while I was planning our future. Her last text said she hoped ID realized what I lost, and she wouldn't wait forever for me to get over my ego and forgive her. Actually relieved she's showing her true colors. The Kate I loved was apparently just an act while she figured out how to replace me, moving forward and not looking back. I deserve someone who actually wants to be with me, not someone who sees me as a placeholder. Update 2. 2 weeks later. Wasn't going to post again, but something happened that people should know about. Kate finally moved her stuff out last week. She kept dragging it out, taking one item at a time to create opportunities to talk. Finally told her 24 hours or it's going on the curb. Came by with friends to pack and spent the whole time crying about how she made one mistake and I was ruining her life over nothing. Her friends giving me dirty looks. One called me awful on the way out, thought that was it, but then found out why. Kate was really so desperate to get back together. My friend Mike called yesterday. Said Kate had been messaging him on social media, trying to start conversations and asking to hang out. Flirting and complaining about how I treated her. Showed me the messages and they were identical to what she used on other guys when we were together. calling me controlling, saying I isolated her from friends, that she was finally free from our toxic relationship. But hey, race the crazy part. Kate was also messaging Mike's girlfriend behind his back, trying to turn her against him, telling her Mike was probably cheating and she should keep an eye on him because all men are liars. Mike's girlfriend showed him and they realized Kate was trying to break them up so she could get with Mike. That's when it hit me. Kate wasn't trying to get back together because she loved me. She was trying to get back together because her backup plans fell through and she needed someone to support her while looking for her next target, called my friend Dave. Yep, Kate had been sliding into his DMs for a week with the same sob story about me breaking her heart and asking him to comfort her. Dave said something felt off. Kate asking weird questions about his relationship and job, like she was evaluating him as a potential boyfriend, warned all the guys in our friend group. Most had already been contacted with similar stories, and flirting our group chat turned into comparing all the lies Kate told. Told Mike I was controlling, Dave that I cheated, James that I was financially abusive. Crafting different stories for different people. Most disturbing was Kate asking detailed questions about everyone's relationships, jobs, living situations. Like she was building a database of potential targets. Several guys said Kate offered to help with relationship problems and suggested they deserved better than their current girlfriends. Actively trying to sabotage relationships while pretending to be supportive. My friend Tom said Kate texting constantly since our breakup, offering to cook and help with household stuff since he lives alone. Positioning herself as perfect girlfriend replacement while trashing me, and his ex started realizing Kate's behavior wasn't unusual. It was her normal pattern. Always looking for her next victim, willing to destroy any relationship. In her way, scariest part was how systematic it was. She wasn't desperately searching after our breakup. She had been cultivating these connections for months as backup plans. Felt sick thinking how manipulative and calculating she was. Every conversation, every I love you, every plan we made, she was hedging her bets the entire time. My friends all blocked Kate, and we cut her from her social circle. Nobody wants someone actively trying to destroy their relationships. Grateful I found out who Kate really was before proposing. The person I thought I loved never existed. Just the character Kate played while figuring out how to use me. Update 3. 1 month later, after getting blocked by our friend group, Kate moved to sabotaging my life directly. Started contacting my family on social media, saying I was abusive and they should be concerned about my behavior. My mom called panicking because Kate sent a long message about me being controlling and manipulative, worried about my mental health. Made up stories about me checking her phone obsessively, isolating her, threatening her. When she tried to leave, had to explain to my mom what actually happened and show evidence of Kate's cheating. My mom was horrified, said she had never seen such manipulative behavior. Kate also contacted my boss and coworkers claiming I was harassing her, and she was afraid of me. Said I was stalking and threatening her, considering a restraining order. Fortunately, my boss knows me well enough to recognize the claims were garbage, but still embarrassing to deal with at work. Final straw was Kate spreading rumors I was physically abusive. Told people I pushed and grabbed her during arguments, which was completely false. One of her friends confronted me at a bar, accusing me of being an abuser. When I denied it and explained what happened, she said Kate had evidence, and I was lucky she hadn't gone to police. Realized Kate was escalating to destroy my reputation, and I needed legal protection. Contacted a lawyer and started documenting harassment and false accusations. Lawyer helped me track down 2 of Kate's ex-boyfriends. Both had similar stories about Kate trying to destroy their reputations after breakups. One said Kate called his job claiming he was stalking her. Another said she contacted family and friends with false abuse accusations. Both said Kate had been cheating and lashed out when they ended relationships. Lawyer said Kate's behavior was harassment and defamation. I had grounds for a restraining order. Helped me file paperwork and gather evidence. When Kate was served, she completely lost it. Started posting on social media about me, using the legal system to silence her. That she was just trying to warn people about my abusive behavior, but her posts were so unhinged and obviously false they backfired. People could see Kate was spiraling and her accusations didn't make sense. Breaking point came when Kate violated the restraining order by showing up at my apartment screaming in the parking lot. Accused me of ruining her life and said she'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I was. Called police. Kate was arrested for violating the order. Spent a night in jail, ordered to stay away from me and my workplace. After arrest, Kate's behavior got worse. Posting conspiracy theories about me manipulating the legal system, that I was part of a campaign to silence women who speak out about abuse. But then people started sharing screenshots of Kate's dating app conversations and attempts to seduce our friends. Evidence of cheating and manipulation was overwhelming. Kate's credibility destroyed. Her own friends distanced themselves when they realized she had been lying about everything. Several people came forward with stories about Kate trying to break up their relationship's final nail was when Kate's ex from before me posted detailed account of their relationship on social media. Described exact same pattern of cheating, lying, false accusations I experienced. Kate's reputation was completely ruined. Ended up moving to different city. Heard she was fired from her job because of drama and staying with relatives because she couldn't afford her own place. Actually feel sorry for Kate's next victim. She's got serious issues, but instead of getting help, just keeps repeating destructive patterns. Whole experience taught me to trust instincts and not ignore red flags. Some people are fundamentally dishonest, and you can't fix them. I'm in a much better place now. Grateful I got out when I did. The person I thought I loved was just a mass Kate wore while figuring out how to use me to anyone with a partner being secretive about phones or social media. Trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you're paranoid. Kate wasted 2 years of my life, but at least I didn't waste more trying to fix someone who didn't want to be fixed.